there's no choice. I can't believe I've got to scrabble around in my mother's private things so the damn insurance I mean, what are they gonna do if I can't find any proof that my mother transferred that money? Throw her out of the door in her bed? Alright. Wooden box. There's Mom's transfer book. That's what I was looking for. Pencils. Run-of-the-mill pencils. A packet of cigarettes. Is Mom a secret smoker? Hi.
Hello, miss.
About all this insurance garbage.
Best to have a look through your mother's bank transfers. If she's you can simply drop it by with the certificate if you like.
Thanks very much for the information.
No problem.
I don't know about all this kind of stuff. Let's see. I reckon that this is the rent, and here's a... Aha! And here's the transfer to the insurance company. That's from last month, so she has paid. What's this? Dear Rebecca, I have received your letter and am pleased that you're well. Of course, I will furthermore send you the full amount. Your suggestion is well intended, and I wouldn't have expected anything else from you. But there's absolutely no question about your receiving any less, even if he has now left home. You have done a wonderful job, and it's now time that you did something for yourself. Enjoy your life in Maine. With love, Strange. The full amount. Even if he's out of the house now? Here's my mom receiving a fat payment from... a $1,500 transfer from Willow Creek. That name's familiar. Mom used to live in England, but was it in this... Here it is again. And there! She seems to get the same amount every month. Seems to be practically her only source of income. I don't get it. She always told me she got a monthly injury compensation payment from insurance of the guy who caused the crash, which also killed my father. I definitely wasn't supposed to see that. Suppose it didn't really matter to me either. I'll ask her why she's... Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
I have my mother's bank transfers here. She's already paid for the damn insurance.
I was thinking the same thing myself. You know, the insurance company has made a boo-boo. Can I have them? Don't worry.
So that will be the end of it then?
Yes. I'll clear it all
Good.
up.
I'm standing here in front of my mother who's lying in a corner. Whoa. That can't be right. It's the guy. Who is that guy? And what's he got to do with Fuller? I ought to listen in. That's the cage for Fuller's, but the dog is usually in the house. At least... The water bowl is completely dry. An ancient, rickety tool shed. This is where Fuller keeps the junk that he doesn't... There's also a reel of fishing line. There seems to be a little... Only the line, I'm afraid. Fuller hung out the alarming, even. The man is way past 40 and gets... a length of tow rope. A bit more than 2 yards long. Ropes are always good. A completely rusted bucket. The handle's busted off. Huh. The window is directly above the door. Perhaps I... not exactly a fishing rod, but that should work. I've just got to be really quiet. If the handle hits... Done it. The door is open again. I can go in.
Yeah, Angelina. That might have been it. I wrote down the surname as well. For another $10.
Not necessary. I know her surname. And your assistant.
What assistant? Oh, you mean Darren? That's my errand.
A good errand boy is worth a lot. What do you know about him?
Why are you interested in him? You want to poach him from me? No problemo. For $100, I'll even write his notice straight away. What the hell? We'll say 50.
Not interested. Do you know him well?
What's with all the questions? His mother came in and asked if he could work here for a few weeks. He's a pussy! One of the eternally afflicted. Ugh, I feel so bad and the world is so unfair.
So you don't know him?
And I've got no
That was close. They're both heading for the exit and I'm none the wiser. Who is this guy following and why? I'm gonna ask Angelina about the man. But first I've got unfinished business with Fuller. Hey, where's the big jellyfish? Huh. Looks like Fuller's taking the film out of the camera. But I wanted to give that fat bastard a piece of my mind first. Where the hell is he? Fuller's old-fashioned telephone. A very old-fashioned safe. I find it hard to believe that Fuller hides anything of worth in there. He's more the paranoid type that wants to protect his telephone bill from prying eyes. Perhaps I could even crack the safe, but at the moment I don't have a good reason to. A greasy map of the world. My World Tour is written next to it. The USA around Utah, Arizona, then over to Hawaii. What have we got here? The US, Hawaii, something illegible. Hey, there's a small opening. Let's see, it seems to be a mechanism. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work.
What do you want?
You know the Bibers?
From the diner? Sure I do.
What can you tell me about them?
I don't gossip, but her marriage ain't exactly the best.
Really?
Yeah, she's apparently very nice, a little jaded and stressed out. Can't ever forget her work. But him, he's an asshole. Been boozing for 2 or 3 years and is a bit free with his fists.
Why doesn't she leave him then?
Huh, no idea. She's real dependent on him. The diner belongs to the both of them. And besides, where would she go? Nobody would take her.
Does Fuller often get packages delivered here?
Yeah, a few times a month.
Why doesn't he have the packages delivered to his store?
He does, but when he's not there, the mailman delivers them here and then Fuller picks them up for himself.
Do you know what was inside the package that I picked up a little while back?
How should I?
Huh. The other package for Fuller, there must be photo paper in it.
Could well be.
Well, can I have it?
Sure. Note, please.
The collection note? Yes, I don't have one.
Then you'll have to ask your boss for it. Nothing goes out of here without a collection note. You got me?
What can you tell me about Dr. Newhouse?
The Newhouses? Well, they came here a few years back. He was a big cheese in Boston. Miss Newhouse has brought a good bit of style to this little town. I know her. My girlfriend Betty is her best friend.
Really? She gossips as much, too?
We don't gossip, okay? You really want to know all this stuff?
Along with all the tourist stuff in the mail, you're the local travel agent too, aren't you? Have you got anything about a place called Willow Creek in England?
Course we do. Take a look back there on the flyers.
Hey, Rosie, did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you can have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason. With someone like that dragging him down? Now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Yeah.
Really? Willow Creek pops up in the index. Page 42, section Horror, Hauntings, and History. Let's see. There it is. Only a small box. Willow Creek on the trail of the killer. Willow Creek on the trail of a killer. Fans of the macabre will certainly get their money's worth in Willow Creek, for in this sleepy little English town is where you can wander in the footsteps of Samuel Gordon, the Worcestershire Ripper, the scion of one of England's oldest families. The Gordon's castle lies close to the town, but is unfortunately not open for guided tours. Murdered 5 people in 1981. Among these was Victor Valley, who was just 12 years old. The Willow Creek Museum awaits the horror-friendly visitor with a permanent display relating to the murders, as well as guided tours from April through to October. Charming little town. And from this horror resort is where my mom gets her monthly payments. Wonderful. How nice. A guy in a uniform. Seems to be a security guard. Psst, Mrs. Biber.
Yes, what can I do? All right, what is it?
I was just asking, what Fuller...
Listen, I ain't got the time, nor do I want to talk about that scumball. Bug off.
Mrs. Biba? I'm only the messenger. I've got no idea what's going on here. I can't stand Fuller either, but
But you still work for him, don't you? Making some nice dough. Problem is, it's not his money. It's...
Mrs. Biba? Can you tell me anything about Carrie? She's supposed to have killed herself?
Yeah, Carrie. She was a really sweet girl. Always ready to help, always friendly. She wanted to open a kindergarten here. There's not much in the way of childcare around here. Parents have to take their kids for miles to find a place. She was such a lovely girl. She still had her whole life in front of her.
I saw a photo of her in Fuller's shop window. She was really pretty.
I don't know. Poor thing.
How do you mean?
It's not important. Too late anyway.
Ketchup, mustard. There's not much left. I don't think. I don't want to stop her. A gray door with a frosted glass. A soda machine. A bottle of soda. Typical. There's a little medicine bottle lying here. Laxativa. That doesn't work.
Well, come on. Come on in. Take a look around. Buy some.
Thanks.
Bit slow on the uptake. So you want to put me on, do you? Find some.
The junk shop owner. He appears to be blind.
Tell me, why haven't you served in the military? Over there in Iraq, they could use whoever they can get.
In Iraq?
Well, you don't say. Read my lips.
Sure. You know that, Bush...
He'll still bring them to justice. Where there's a will,
Yeah.
there's a...
Do you know Fuller?
That idiot next door? Sure I do.
You don't seem to like him.
That guy hasn't done one damn decent thing in his life. Lazy bastard just sits around in his store, has his mommy wipe his ass for him, and lets the place fall apart down around his ears. Heed my words. He represents everything that's wrong with this country.
You got that right. From World War II, everything's just been downhill, yeah? Pity we haven't got any decent wars still going on. They've even ditched the draft.
Go ahead. You just make fun of it all, boy. A good licking or a couple...
What do you mean, such a...
Nothing. The guy's a pig. There's something not right about him. He's hiding...
And who are you?
No! I just busted in here and you've surprised me.
Oh, how amusing. How long you been waiting to roll that one out?
Your generation lacks respect for its elders. I fought for you to live here.
And I'll pay your pension. So we're quits, Mr.
Edward D. Warren. Ed for short.
Hello, Eddie. I'm Darren. Nice shop you got
In
here.
my time, it wasn't customary to speak.
But we're living in my time now, aren't we,
I
Ed?
think you should find whatever it is.
Just like I thought. Play the good citizen, but still chase after every dollar. Like the devil chase.
Come on, what then?
So, what's life like here?
You're not from around here?
No. I go to college in Boston.
Oh, so you're an intellectual then? Some sort of...
No, I'm...
Then you're the artistic type. Some depressive junkie?
No, I'm studying physics.
Well...
I'm visiting my mother over the semester vacation. She's been living here a few months now. Rebecca Michaels?
Oh. Well, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Oh, man. My mother's in the hospital.
And?
Do you think she'll be in good hands there?
Well, is she sick? She
No.
won't be.
I meant...
Well, how should I know? Do you think just 'cause I'm old I run off to the doctor and complain? I haven't been to see no quack in years. I was fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. People were made of better, stronger stuff.
Yeah. Get to my...
You know my mother by any chance?
Nope. I don't get out.
You could say that, yeah. A quiet place to... The picture frame... That's a light box for looking at... These photo mounts, and the drawback is that they can get easily dusted. A bottle of distilled water. What the heck? A secret door hidden behind the photo backdrops.
What the hell are you doing here, boy?
Keep your hands off, Fuller! Because of you, my mother's in a coma.
What have I got to do with your mother? Out! Out of my basement! Go on, get out of here!
You should have told me that she called. It was obvious that something was wrong. I swear I'm gonna...
You threatening me? You? Threatening me?
If she doesn't wake up, I am gonna...
Out! Get out of here already! You're fired! Out! Out! Out!
You better pray she doesn't die. That's the only thing that'll save your fat ass.
Get out of here! If I ever catch you here again, you'll end up next to your mother.
You're gonna regret this,
You'll
Fuller.
never do anything, you pussy! You haven't got the balls! You haven't got the guts! You got nothing!
I'll think of something. I'll get him back. That man's gonna pay, you just wait. But I still need the film with Angela's pictures on it from out of his camera. I could use his darkroom to develop a film and get the prints. If he's not gonna pay me, then that'll do as a partial payment. Now all I have to do is somehow get him out of the store. Huh. The bit... Excuse me.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, well, I was in a rush.
No reason to be impolite.
Of course not. Hey, Rosie.
What do you want?
Hey, do you know Eddie from the junk shop?
Yeah, sure. I know pretty well everybody here.
So what's going on with him?
He's single. Was never married before either, as far as I know. But hey, who could put up with him for long anyway? Those never-ending war stories. Can you imagine that?
Is he really blind?
I never heard different, but I wouldn't put money on it either. He's a chiseler. Maybe he's got disability just so he can make himself a few bucks.
Is that a girlfriend of yours?
Yeah, one of my best ones.
Does she sit about in this store the whole day?
Excuse me? I wouldn't know what that would have to do with you.
I just mean, has she got a job or not?
She doesn't need one. Actually, her husband has plenty of dough. And even if he didn't, then she could easily earn good money working as a photo model.
As a photo model, huh? That could maybe help me out some.
Oh, really?
Nothing. It's okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes?
I've noticed you're really into those fashion magazines.
Me?
You're joking. You must have at least thought about becoming a photo...
Actually, I have been approached.
Oh, well, that goes without... You see,
I've never heard of it.
It's the high society magazine in the South. The magazine for the top 10,000.
Really?
Maybe you have some recent photos. I'd love to show our readers what fine taste... This is your stylish convertible, right?
It is! And I'd be happy to be at your disposal for
That shouldn't be any problem. There's an excellent photographer...
Fuller? You can't be serious. That's...
Oh, so you don't
What
know
don't I know?
who Fuller really is? He's an internationally renowned star photographer from New Zealand. He's been living here incognito He's working on his life's work. He's documenting normal folks' lives here in America. Of course.
That's... No, I can't believe that.
I swear, in a few years, when he's finished his work, it'll be the photographic sensation of...
I can't believe it. Show me some of his pictures, then...
Well, all right.
No
then.
way.
My God, what a lame story. If I can show her a few reasonable photos, then perhaps she'll... Excuse...
Yes?
That's fine. Coffee mug, what more could the tourist heart... There's no point sneaking in again. I've got... If somebody... Pretty senseless driving around Maine in a car. A flat metal bar. It's pretty heavy. First of all, I don't want to read that again. I think I'd rather my hand fell off. Huh. Here's a form from the Make Our Town. I'm not interested. Handbills for... Oh, man. The other stuff, I'll pass. Hey, Rosie.
What do you want?
Forget it. It's okay. An armchair.
Come on in. Come on.
How do you know that?
You stink of perfume, like a whorehouse I once visited in Lee.
I don't want to... How nice. Mrs. Biba?
I'll be right there.
I no longer work for Fuller.
Good for you.
I don't know what's going on between you and Fuller, but I've got nothing to do with it. Mind if I ask you a few things?
If it's not gonna take too long.
Psst. Mrs.
What do you want now? Yes, what can I get you?
What can you tell me about Bedford?
I grew up, and I guess I always wanted to move away.
But, well...
I met my husband when I was 17. And it was a wonderful time. I couldn't have known then that he was so... I have to get back to work.
I don't want to speak to him. They got 2 or 3 people working. I haven't seen such a belongs to the diner. That's the entrance to the police station. It looks like Mom was having a cup of tea while... The cup is still half full. Why did she... Maybe she got some bad news and fainted. There are pictures of me and Mom in the cab when I was that was the only time I've ever seen. I don't think I'll find it. Mom likes thrillers and horror. Perhaps it has something to do with her timing. I don't think I'll find anything. It's a beautiful lamp. Perhaps the bulb's gone. We've already just had a few. I'd be better off trying to persuade that motor mouth from the tourist op. Nah, he'd recognize me. I'd be better off trying to persuade that motor mouth. Nah, he'd recognize me. Mom's cordless telephone. Excuse me.
Yes?
That's fine. The little wooden box I found in my mother's bedroom, there's some kind of symbols on the lid. A coin-op telephone. It says out of order. A few. Oh well. Excuse...
Yes?
Look, I've got a few of Fuller's earlier works.
Really? Show me! Which pictures are by him?
Exactly. Yeah,
They're
that
really wonderful.
It was all just for the money. In reality, he's an artist, you see. But the project here in Biddeford is his real passion. Living incognito, can you imagine what an effort it must have been for such a cultivated and refined...
That's true.
You should call him. He could photograph you in your car up on the cliff top.
Now?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've got to hurry, my lady. I've got a deadline.
Oh, of course. I'll call from my car phone and arrange.
Oh, excellent. But don't let him realize that you know his true identity.
I understand.
Oh, no problem. Shall we meet here again this
Agreed.
Unbelievable. That's a postcard of Biddeford, but I first want to see if Fuller has really left the store. And there he goes. Now I ought to have a few hours to get in. There's a notice hanging on the door. Locked. But I bet that Fuller hasn't checked the back door. A battered paint can. This place in the floor is dead. The screen is fixed firmly to the wall. It's glued to a